The industry chosen is the automobile, and this presentation centralizes on Skoda as a company. This video focuses on the language management strategies useful in order to expand internationally. Skoda was founded by two cyclists, Václav Laurin and Václav Klaus, in 1895, an automobile manufacturer based in the Czech Republic. By 1990, the Czech management of Skoda was looking for a strong foreign partner. It became a wholly owned subsidiary of the Volkswagen Group in 1991. Volkswagen was chosen purely for its reputation for strength, quality, and reliability. As of 2010, Skoda has 24,714 employees worldwide and a production output of 939,200 units as of 2012. Their main competitors are Kia and Hyundai. Skoda's current strategies involve brand repositioning. Skoda reassessed their brand positioning to improve its performance in a competitive car market and in order to establish a distinctive image for the brand compared to competing brands. The company obtained market research data from internal and external strategic audits. This facilitated Skoda to exploit new opportunities to respond to threats and to identify its strengths and maintain what they are resilient in. Happy Skoda customers is the company's USP in the car industry. Skoda uses driver happiness to differentiate themselves from competitors. It demonstrates Skoda's qualities about their product, device, company, and as a brand. Skoda has also responded with a new marketing strategy based on their confident slogan, the manufacturer of happy drivers. Thus, the campaign's promotional activities support the new brand position. Skoda needed a strong product range to compete in the UK and globally due to the crowded and competitive market. Consequently, in the UK, Skoda brand is represented by 7 different cars, and each one is designed to appeal to different markets. For example, Skoda Fabia is basic but a quality car, and Skoda Superb is more luxurious and upmarket. Lastly, Skoda has introduced a new brand and corporate identity as a part of an overhaul of its marketing strategy intended for providing the car marquee a modern image. All internal and external communication will feature a new logo with a winged arrow image, and it also plans to add two more models, including a family car, over the next 2 years. Skoda comprises the parent company Skoda Auto AS. It operates in 4 other different countries, such as Germany, Poland, Slovenia, and it also operates in one of the emerging markets, such as India. Difficulties and weaknesses. The nature of the problem is the outdated perceptions of the brand, which relates to Skoda's Eastern European origins. It operates in a highly competitive, fragmented market. It is difficult to change perception and values of customers due to established reputation of other and prevalent brands such as BMW, Ford, Peugeot, and Renault. Hence, Skoda only has 1.7% market share. Moreover, messages and activities were not communicated efficiently and effectively in the past, as it decimated defensive messages in their promotional campaigns rather than focusing on what the brand does stand for, which could mean that the public still does not know what Skoda has done and what it is about. By building on the understanding derived from the SWOT analysis, Skoda UK has given new impetus to its campaign as well as addressing the threat of external competition by setting Skoda apart from its rivals. And by developing a marketing strategy emphasizing on the clearly identified strengths of customer happiness, Skoda was able to overcome weaknesses. Further, the combination of a clear range with competitive pricing has overcome the threat of a crowded market and presented Skoda with opportunities. There is a high demand for this brand in emerging markets due to its low entry price. Subsequently, it needs to communicate what the brand has done and its achievements for it to be no longer viewed as weak and neutral brand. To do this, Skoda would need to tailor and modify messages, websites, promotional and advertising activities, and Skoda retailers, including employees worldwide, and in areas they wish to be successful in, such as the emerging markets of BRIC countries. They have succeeded to an extent, and their current strategies accomplish substantial objectives, both financially and physically, but still has not reached their full potential. It is evident emerging markets are key to Skoda's future as they want to accelerate growth and increase market share by 2%. Accordingly, language management strategies are extremely important if they are to prosper. In order to introduce language management strategies, Skoda would need to conduct a language audit with its existing workforce and with its existing target markets. It is beneficial to identify language skills that already exist in the company. This is important as it allows the company to exploit and utilize language skills that they did not know existed, and employees with these sorts of skills may only need little training. The job roles that need language training, the market demand and languages needed, and the language training required. To avoid communication issues, linguistic training for employees is needed. Skoda needs to identify bilingual employees and employees that are willing to learn a new language. Skoda will most likely train motivated employees that speak another language because it is easier to learn another if the individual can already speak one. How they do business in terms of policies and the manner they operate in is different in other countries. Therefore, cultural issues can exist. For example, India. India has a fast-growing economy, thus a fast-growing technology. Companies often have the customer services in India. However, there are still cultural issues such as different religion as well as linguistic issues to an extent. Furthermore, China is another example. China is also a fast-growing economy as hundreds of thousands of new Chinese companies have made China the world's most competitive business environment. In contrast to the benefits of operating in China, the Chinese culture is very different. It is politically unstable as the current government was chosen and not elected. There are no human rights, there's different religion, and linguistic barrier exists. In UK, Skoda already benefits from the government policies, both legal and institutional, that encourages business growth, for instance, the loans provided, employment that it creates, and the taxation system. Likewise, because the Czech Republic is part of the EU, it will be easier for Skoda to enter markets in countries such as Latvia, Romania, Lithuania, and Estonia, due to the regulations being the same in the EU member states. In terms of emerging markets, it would be more beneficial to use native speakers and regional managers and train and involve managers and employees as much as possible to assist Skoda communicate with people from other countries adequately, flexibly, and sensitively. Also, to hire the services of a translator, perhaps someone who specializes in legal matters to translate information needed to be able to enter markets outside the EU. Skoda needs to ensure that the employees' skills match the business method of recruitment used, whether moving staff internally or advertising externally, who to recruit, whether a bilingual candidate brought up speaking another language or a fluent speaker. Lastly, the candidate's ability and permits, a fluent speaker and able to work in other countries. Skoda needs to analyze which employees are willing to go overseas. Perhaps those who can speak another language and know the culture and train them in order to have the skills, knowledge, and capabilities to work in a car retailer. For example, managers and sales representatives would need to be trained thoroughly to be able to explain and answer questions about the product and show demonstration. This is significant for the business as customers need to understand clearly what a company is selling and simultaneously receive feedback from potential customers. In addition, Skoda can opt to train and employ native speakers for each country operating in Czech Republic, Germany, India, Russia, Brazil, Poland, to be trained in the UK in groups and teams, as working in teams and groups is beneficial as it prevents tensions and allows employees worldwide to meet and get to know each other. In order for messages to be communicated effectively and efficiently and to show commitment to the country they are operating in, Skoda needs to consider the web design in each market as countries are highly distinctive linguistically and culturally. Their website is only in Czech and English. The company also needs to take into account local search engines, website domain extensions in countries they operate in, as well as the use of images, color, and a wide range of factors to make the site succeed in the market. In effect, it is imperative that Skoda localize their website. Skoda is obliged to hire web designers for each country to adapt the design and/or introduce new design that corresponds to each country and translate the content, information, and messages already provided. Each web designer deployed should have a more extensive knowledge of the market, economy, current trends, language, and culture. It's expensive, especially when adapting Skoda's marketing strategies and activities to correspond and therefore appropriate in each country they operate in. Also, it varies and it is down to the company's budgets. In terms of Skoda, it is influential and necessary that they market and promote their products in the best way, as their market share is still only 1.7%. The localization of website strategy can also be applied to the company's marketing activities. Creativity in marketing experts is vital. Local experts' advice on branding, promotional material, advertising, and press releases is also fundamental to make sure it transmits the right messages and visual to the audience. The complexity of various language and intercultural awareness in a business is becoming more and more apparent nowadays. It is not only about awareness of other nationalities, but of the demographics geography, i.e., region of each department or retailer, but also religion, culture, and lastly of the individual. Thus, in order to expand worldwide successfully, Skoda cannot afford to ignore that language and cultural issues exist and needs to be addressed.